Game 2 at the stadium here in the California Winter League. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm Stephen Buxton, joined by Brandon Januska, and it was an absolute thriller this morning. Bombers against China. China walks it off in extra innings, and now Game 2 should be pretty similar action-packed. Two of the better offenses in the league. We've got the A's playing against the Chill, hosting them today, and for the Chill, it'll be Ryan Schroeder on the mound. He'll be working with Ethan Roberts in right field, Dominic Bucko, Caleb Ware in center and left, John McGuire, Jarrett Burney, Tristan Charlo, and Jamonte Woods from left to right on the infield, and Nick Chusano, this stalwart behind the plate, who looks like he's not quite ready, getting his gear on. We'll have someone else. It looks like Bing-Non Wu warming up Ryan Schroeder on the mound, but Brandon, it was a great game this morning, and it should be another one here.
Yeah, it really should. This is the third matchup between these two teams. The first two, each decided by just one run. And January 29th, the A's, a 6-5 win over the Chill. And then on February 4th, the Chill with a 7-6 win over the A's. And in that one, the A's started to come back in that game. It was 7-2 Chill at one point. A's worked their way all the way back to 7-6, had the tying run on base in the seventh, and just could not pull out that clutch hit to tie things up, and the Chill held on to win that one. But the A's never out of a ball game. That offense, really both of these teams, never out of a ball game, always able to come back with the powerful offense that they have.
This game only really has playoff implications for the seeding, or doesn't have playoff implications, actually. The Chill coming in at 8-6 have locked up that 3 seed. The A's and Team China are at 1-2. China won today. They'll move on to 14-3. They're in the 1 spot. And the A's, they're coming in at 12-2. They've already locked up a spot in the semifinals, but some tuning up before the playoffs. And on the mound, it's Ryan Schroeder in his 6th appearance, 5th start, a 2.28 ERA, one of the better pitchers in the league. And Brandon, he throws strikes, he works relatively quickly, but this is really his tallest task here in A's offense that has been rolling all year long.
Yeah, and he's faced off against the A's once already, and it was a phenomenal start for him. That was back on February 4th when the Chill won 7-6. Schroeder went 5 innings, allowed just 2 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits and 1 walk with 6 strikeouts. A great effort from him. That was 2 starts ago, taking on these Canada A's.
And for the A's, they're, again, the most potent lineup in the league, sending out Daisuke Fukuda leading it off. Matthew Ward, he was part of the comeback win against the Blue Sox yesterday. We'll get more into that later. Grayson Moeller had part of that. He's hitting 3rd. Matthew Warren has had a power stroke recently. He's hitting cleanup, and the runaway Winter League MVP, if they were giving out those awards, Sam Ruda hitting 5th, Stan King in the 6th hole, Jorge Colon, Juan Francis, Deontay Jackson, 7 through 9 for the A's. And as Ryan Schroeder continues warming up, again, it's a team that was competing for that first spot in the Winter League early on, the Chill were, but China and the A's both went on massive winning streaks and kind of pulled off into a league of their own.
Yeah, they really did. Those are the cream of the crop, the teams to beat. And those two teams, the A's and China, already guaranteed a spot in the semifinals. So they're guaranteed to be among the Final 4 when it comes playoff time.
Daisuke Fukuda stepping up. Last time around, he had a good day yesterday. Went 2 for 2, had a walk, and 3 RBIs on 2 singles. A big part of that win yesterday against the Blue Sox started the rally. And he watches a first pitch fastball by Schroeder just above the zone for ball 1. We're off first pitch at 12:32 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 1-0 pitch just off the corner, gets a called strike there. It's 1-1, and game 2 of a beautiful day out here. We've had some wind throughout the valley, wind going from right to left as that one's off the end of the bat, but goes foul. 1-2 here.
Yeah, it really has been a beautiful day. The wind now just starting to pick up a little. The stadium blocks it out for the most part. It's been really windy out in the area surrounding the field, but not as much affecting the game.
1-2 pitch is upstairs, and it's even at 2. No outs, top of the first inning, no score. Leadoff man Daisuke Fukuda facing off against Ryan Schroeder, the big lefty for the Chill. 2-2 pitch. Chopper straight to third, gets by John McGuire. It took a bad hop and into left field. Settling at first base is Fukuda, and the leadoff base runner is on after a single by Daisuke Fukuda.
Yeah, that was a tough play for McGuire over at third base. It's called the hot corner for a reason, and that's one of those reasons. A shot, and again, it took a bad bounce on him, as you called it.
Wasn't anything ridiculously hard hit, but it was 82 off the bat and just took a demon of a hop, and now it's Matthew Ward stepping up. Ward took over the catching duties yesterday after Jed Downham, as Fukuda's going on the first pitch, and the throw was a beauty, but sliding in under that for the stolen base. Couldn't get the tag there. Tristan Charlo tried his best.
Yeah, I mean, that was a phenomenal throw just to make it close, as he had a great jump. Now 3 for 5 on stolen base attempts is Fukuda.
And a first pitch strike has Matthew Ward at 0-1, but he's got a runner in scoring position. A's trying to start quick here. No outs in the first. 0-1 pitch by Schroeder. Outside. Gets the call, though, on the breaking ball, tailing in. It's 0-2 now.
I mentioned the A's weren't able to quite come back to pull out the win the last time these two teams met up, so the A's doing everything they can, getting runners in scoring position to try to strike first and avoid having to be the comeback A's.
And these A's haven't had to come back a ton this season with how much their offense has produced, but Matthew Ward watches that one like a house by the side of the road. Backwards K for the first out of the day for Ryan Schroeder. And now it's Grayson Moeller stepping up. 1 out, 1 on, top of the first inning. No score here in Palm Springs. Moeller leading the A's in strikeouts so far, but has had a great season when he can put bat to ball, hitting over 300 so far. With 1 out, Moeller watches a called strike at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, he's a guy who just likes to swing the bat. He does have 5 walks, and he's been hit once, but for the most part, he's going up there trying to swing, and the strikeouts will come with that. With the high batting average, you'll take 344 any day of the week if you're a manager.
0-1 to Moeller, the left-handed hitter against the right-handed Schroeder, who kicks and fires, and that one tails outside. It's 1-1 now. Good job by Chusano getting up for that and keeping the leadoff man Fukuda at second base.
Not just does Moeller get his hits, but a lot of them are extra base hits. 5 of his 11 have gone for more than 1 bag, 3 doubles and 2 triples on the season.
Moeller, the often second baseman in this lineup, hitting 344 again, the third on the team, and there's another hit there into right field. And that one's gonna score Fukuda. Throw gets by Charlo. It's 1-0 A's as Moeller goes into second, and the tag is late.
Heads up base running by Moeller. He saw the errant throw come back into the infield. Didn't get cut off, so he knew he could take the extra 90 feet.
2 singles have the A's in business. It's 1-0 after the RBI single from Grayson Moeller. Now it's Matthew Warren stepping up. Warren hitting .313. He's one of a myriad of guys on this A's offense who are over 300. Again, the most potent one in the league. They've had the highest average, highest slugging percentage, highest on-base percentage. You name a stat, and the A's have been on top. Back-to-back lefties, and Warren watches a first-pitch ball outside.
Charge the error to the right fielder on that play. Ethan Roberts picks up the error for the throw back in the infield to allow Moeller to get that extra 90 feet.
Early error proves costly for the Chill. Has Ethan Smith with the lead before he gets the ball in his hand, and that's a chopper to second base. Charlo throw down to first. Gets the out, but a productive one. It moves Moeller over to third.
Yeah, that's all you want to do if you're not able to get the hit, of course, is move the guy over that extra 90 feet for the RBI king of the California Winter League, Sam Ruda.
And one of the most dangerous hitters in the league, Sam Ruda, had a rare 3-strikeout game yesterday, but when it all mattered, he came through. A double in the 7th inning to continue the rally and eventually win the game for the A's. He's got 2 outs and a runner on third. Watches a fastball right on the corner for ball 1. Doesn't get the call there.
Ruda's driven in 17. Again, that leads the entire Winter League. You mentioned 3 strikeouts yesterday. That still only gives him 8 strikeouts on the entire season.
12 walks to 8 strikeouts, a .459 batting average. He's been on base around 60% of the time as well, and it's 1-1 now to Army West Point's all-time leader in a half a dozen categories, including home runs. Sam Ruda waiting for Schroeder, watches the pitch and gets under that one, hits it high in the air to left field. Caleb Ware coming in and collects the final out of the inning, but not before the A's jump out on top. It's 1-0. Ethan Smith will go out to the mound for the bottom of the first.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. But look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
1-0 A's going into the bottom of the first. Welcome on in, everybody. Stephen Buxton, Brandon Januska joining you here for what should be an excellent Winter League matchup on one of the final days of the season. A's versus Chill. A's jumped out on top, and they're handing it over to the 25-year-old SEC product, Ethan Smith, who, Brandon, he has looked every bit of that and then some.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, again, this is one of the better pitching matchups in today's game that you can have in the Winter League season, as this Ethan Smith has been absolutely phenomenal for the A's and a big reason for their success this season.
And expect them to get every ounce they can out of him because according to his manager, Paul Noce, this is his last day here. He's scheduled to leave after today, so who knows how much they can give him, but what he's got so far, it's been 12 innings of brilliance, a .58 ERA, 17 strikeouts, and he's worked quick, and he's brought them a lot of wins, and he fires a first pitch strike fouled off by Ethan Roberts.
Yeah, 1 earned run in 12 innings of work is absolutely phenomenal, and you mentioned the 17 strikeouts. That's against just 5 walks on the season.
0-1 pitch down in the zone and called strike 1 on a good fastball there at 90. One of the harder throwers in the Winter League, Ethan Smith. 0-2 very quickly here. No outs, bottom of the first to the leadoff man, Ethan Roberts, who fouls that one off the hands. 91 bearing in on him. For the Chill, the lineup looks like this. Ethan Roberts, Caleb Ware, Jamonte Woods, the top 3. John McGuire will be cleaning things up. Jarrett Burney, Dominic Bucco, Tristan Charlo, 5 through 7. And then Steven Johnson and Nick Chusano round out the bottom as a fastball at the top of the zone doesn't get the call. It's 1-2 now. 1-2 to Ethan Roberts from Ethan Smith. Roberts, the speedy leadoff man for the Chill, has got them off to a lot of hot starts, but he watches a fastball go right by him there. Just strikeout looking, and there's one out.
Just perfect placement on the lower outside corner. Pinpoint accuracy right there from Ethan Smith.
And that's what I said. He looked like an SEC product every time out here. He's one of the few pitchers who, that entire at-bat, I think he missed his spot by about an inch once. And Caleb Ware attacks the first pitch, gets well under that, and it flies right around us here in the press box, lands about a row or two in front of it. 90-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, and Caleb Ware was under it, and Ethan Smith already establishing that heater. 0-1, 1 out, 1-0 game. A's on top in the bottom of the first inning. Smith with the delayed kick and fire and another fastball on the outside corner.
Ware being patient so far on that pitch, but it's tough to be patient against a guy like Ethan Smith who's firing strike after strike. It's probably a better approach to attack early in a count.
0-2 from Smith, and that one's fought off and fouled back into the park.
You never want to fall too far behind, especially on a guy like Smith who has an array of pitches. He can blow that 90-mile-an-hour fastball by you. He can get you at the breaking ball. You don't want to get to 2 strikes on him.
He's at 2 strikes here, and he pulls a fastball out of the zone. It's 1-2 now, but Smith, again, he throws so many strikes, he can afford a miss or two like that. He's been ahead of the count to both batters right now. 1-2 pitch. Smith awaiting the sign, shakes him off, is set and fires. Breaking ball in there and pulled into left field, just foul. Shook off the fastball, went with the curveball there. It floated in right onto the barrel of Caleb Ware, and he was just early on it.
Yeah, he seemed to see it coming, but just a little bit out in front. After about 10 miles per hour slower, that one coming in at 80 miles per hour.
And this is a Chill offense that we've seen put big numbers up at just time in and time out. One of the leaders in the league in runs per game. They've had a 20 spot on the power earlier this year, and back-to-back curveballs, back-to-back strikeouts looking for the Chill. Ethan Smith starting off hot early.
Yeah, great movement to get that pitch to circle back into the zone, and not a whole lot Ware could do with it.
Jamonte Woods steps up to the plate. The first lefty of the day for the Chill lineup, batting .280 coming into today's contest. 7 for 25 on the season. Has 10 walks, 8 RBIs. A really good season for him so far, and he swings through the first pitch.
Always taking a big swing at the plate. He's a gap finder. 5 doubles already on the year. He also has a triple.
And one of those doubles was one of the hardest hit balls of the season about a week ago. Absolutely nailed it off the top of the wall, and that one's 90 up and in, pushes him off the plate. It's 1-1 now.
A lot of powerful bats in this Chill lineup, really in both lineups today.
Smith has faced just about everyone in the Winter League outside of the Chill and the Blue Sox. Here's his first time against the Chill, as that one's fought off foul over by the batting cages in left field. 1-2 now, 2 outs, 1-0. A's on top of the Blue Sox in the bottom, or on top of the Chill in the bottom of the first. Again, Smith has faced everyone in the league outside of the Blue Sox and the Chill. Here he is in his first time. Last time out against the Grizzly. Just went 2 innings. And Jamonte Woods takes time there trying to break up Smith, who has been working quickly so far. 1-2 pitch from Smith. On the corner, they're going to check down. He did not go. It's 2-2 now with 2 outs.
Woods is a tough at-bat for any opposing pitcher, so this will be a good battle throughout the day. Ethan Smith against Jamonte Woods. Woods is good at working the count. He does strike out sometimes, but he usually works deep counts. Sometimes it's a walk, sometimes a strikeout.
And he gets into that one there, drills it into left center field, And that one's on the warning track. Deontay Jackson picks it up and throws it in. 2-out double for Jamonte Woods.
Well, I mentioned he's a gap finder. He works the count, gets a pitch that he can hammer, and that's his 6th double, team-leading 6th double of the season.
He found the gap, hit it right over there, and landed it perfectly in the right center field, right on the warning track. Didn't even give Jackson or Francis a chance to catch up to it. And the defensive lineup for the A's is Warren, Francis, and Jackson, Daisuke Fukuda, Jorge Colon, Grayson Moeller, and Stan King on the infield as Ethan Smith throws it back to Moeller. But Jamonte Woods is there on time, and John McGuire steps up waiting for his first pitch. Matthew Ward doing the catching duties today for Ethan Smith on the mound. 2 outs, a runner on second, 1-0, A's on top of the Chill. First pitch to McGuire is on the corner, called strike one.
McGuire coming into today hitting .375. He's driven in 7. Runner in scoring position here.
McGuire, one of the first guys to get a contract offers this season. He got it to the Frontier League, and he swings and misses just under an 89-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. 0-2 now to John McGuire. Ethan Smith quickly getting ahead of batters once again. 0-2, Jamonte Woods on second. 2 outs. Smith set and fires. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikes out the side, and Ethan Smith puts up a 0. We're through 1 here in Palm Springs. A's going back up to hit. Up 1-0 over the Chill.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Top of the second here in Palm Springs, and the A's are on top. Stan King, Jorge Colon, Juan Francis due up 6, 7, and 8 for the A's lineup against Ryan Schroeder, who got tagged for a run on 2 singles by Daisuke Fukuda and Grayson Moeller in the first. Ethan Smith goes out there and puts up a 0, and Schroeder's back out there trying to match it with one of his own. Stan King, who's bounced around colleges, first year turning professional out of Arizona Christian, steps up and lifts that one into left field. Going over to that, ranging over, Caleb Ware. No big deal, and a 1-pitch, 1-out for Ryan Schroeder.
Both of these pitchers are strike throwers, so I expect to see more of that attacking early in the count because, as I mentioned with Ethan Smith, Ryan Schroeder the same way. You don't want to fall behind these guys. Schroeder not quite as much of a strikeout guy, but both guys want to get the jump on a hitter.
0-1, and he gets the jump there, and Jorge Colon fouls that one back, and that ball might have hit a fan. Hopefully they're all right. You hear a gasp in the air, and Jorge Colon threw his hands on his head. Everyone's looking that direction, hoping everything's all right, and Ryan Schroeder's set with an 0-1 count and 1 out. Fires a fastball out of the zone and gets past the glove of Chusano. It's 1-1, and you mentioned that Schroeder's a strike thrower, though. It doesn't get much more than 15 and a third innings, 15 strikeouts, just 5 walks by the right-hander. That one's drilled to shortstop. Jarrett Burney collects it, throws down to first. We've got 2 outs in the second.
And you don't have to be striking out much more than one guy per inning, which is Schroeder's average. When you have a defense like he does with the chill, Jarrett Burney, as smooth as they come over there, it's short on that play.
And now it's Juan Francis, another lefty for the A's. Deontay Jackson on deck with 2 outs and a first pitch fastball off the plate, but gets a call for strike 1. 0-1, 2 outs. Schroeder working quickly. Another fastball. Doesn't get the call there, just a little bit further off the plate. 1-0 in the top of the second inning. A's trying to add on more. 1-1 pitch. Gets under that one and fouls it to a pretty similar spot. And that one crashes hard into the stands, and no harm, no foul there, though. Another fan has a souvenir.
Yeah, really keeping the fans on their toes here in the early going. A lot of them back into the seats.
1-2 pitch outside, ball 2. 2-2, 2 outs, top of the second inning. Schroeder trying to put up a 0. Juan Francis standing in his way. A's up 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss, and he's just going to walk back to the dugout. Nick Chusano dropped it, fires it down to first. And we're through 1.5 here in Palm Springs. Bottom of the second coming up. Ethan Smith going back out for more work.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Bottom 2 here at Palm Springs Stadium, one of the final days of the California Winter League regular season. We'll have the playoffs starting this weekend, and the bracket's essentially set. We'll have the Grizzly and Bombers playing tomorrow at 12:30 in the playoff game or play-in game that has been moved up due to rain concerns on Thursday. It's supposed to be a Palm Springs torrential downpour, so we're sure about 1/4 of an inch of rain. But right now it's nothing but sunshine and blue skies and a good crowd here as Jarrett Burney leads off the inning against Ethan Smith, who struck out the side in the first. Allowed a double to Jamonte Woods, but followed that up with a strikeout on John McGuire, and he's just been pounding the zone. First pitch is fought off foul to the right field batting cages.
Yeah, you mentioned the potential of rain coming in on Thursday, and when you're playing games in a desert, you don't have a tarp and those things that you might find out in the Midwest and places that get more rain more often. So with that concern, they're moving the play-in game up.
0-1 pitch is fouled off, similar spot, and Brandon, I'm going to be honest. I grew up here. I went to school in Arizona. I've been to all the Southern California baseball stadiums and the Diamondbacks and the spring training stadiums. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a tarp. 0-2 pitch is lined right over Grayson Muller's head into right field for a hit. Leadoff single for Jarrett Burney, and they've got a runner on for Dominic Bucko now.
Well, if you want to see a tarp, come on out to Chicago. I've sat through many rain delays just this last season at Wrigley Field watching some Cubs games.
You know what? I would love to. Any teams out in the Midwest, please hire me.
There you go, yes.
But yeah, it's not too bad living out here when you don't have to worry about raining out your games. And Dominic Bucko trying to take advantage of a really nice day here with a runner on trying to tie it up. First pitch outside, ball one. Bottom of the second, 1-run game. A's put up a run in the first inning, top of the first, after a leadoff single by Daisuke Fukuda and a one-out single by Grayson Muller. Ethan Smith's going to check on Jarrett Burney down there. He slides in on time.
Jarrett Burney leads the team with 4 stolen bases. He's a perfect 4 for 4.
One and 0 pitch. Burney can run, so maybe a hit and run here. Not going to do it, and he swings over a fastball there. Dominic Bucko's out 1-1 now.
We saw the A's generate their offense a little bit with a stolen base in the first inning. Fukuda stealing second and then eventually coming in to score. See if Burney tries a similar approach.
Bucko watches ball 2 outside, and coming into the game, hitting right at the Mendoza line. And even 200, 7th for 35, has 3 RBIs, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts. And he's awaiting the 2-1 pitch from Ethan Smith. 2-1 outside, 3-1.
Very much a pole hitter, and the A's defense lined up as that being the case. Playing well off the line over at third base is Fukuda.
The left-handed Bucko against the right-handed Smith, one of the best pitchers in the league, who checks back on Burney at first, and not in time. He's safe there. Stan King tosses it back, and we're awaiting the 3-1 pitch. No outs, a runner on first, bottom of the second inning here in Palm Springs. Smith looks back over to Burney, looks at his catcher, and goes. Running on the pitch, Jarrett Burney doesn't even get a throw, and that pitch was outside for ball 4.
Yeah, Burney had a good jump, but it obviously didn't matter as the pitch went for the walk.
He was ready, though. If it was a strike, it looked like he would have had it easily, as Smith had a little bit of a delay in the windup, as he always does. And there's runners on first and second for Tristan Charlo. Charlo, another chill batter, hitting right at 200 on the season. Takes strike one, a curveball at the top of the zone. But he's made his hits count. 10 RBIs on just 5 hits. 3 doubles, no triples. But he's walked 8 times as well. 0-1 pitch to Charlo. Swing and a miss. He dialed it up to 89 there at the top of the zone.
Yeah, and those 10 walks, part of the reason why he's able, or rather 8 walks, part of the reason why he has 10 RBI is he's a tough guy to strike out. He's behind the count here. See how he battles.
Just 6 strikeouts on the season, but he's behind 0-2 against Smith. Above the zone, it's 1-2 now. 1-2, runners on first and second. Jarrett Burney led off the inning with a single, moved over to second on a Dominic Bucko walk. It's Tristan Charlo at the plate now. Infield playing him slightly to pull. Outfield straight up. Charlo swings and misses there. The 4th strikeout of the day for Ethan Smith.
Yeah, just dialed up the fastball 90 miles an hour and blew it by.
So far, Smith could have told his fielders, don't even show up to the ballpark. They haven't had to do anything yet. Had the 2 hits put into play and the walk to Bucko. Other than that, all the outs have been on Ks for Ethan. 1 out, and it's Steven Johnson, the 8-hole hitter, coming up, and he watches a fastball inside right around the hands. Smith working quick, though, already looking down for the sign from Ward. Getting set, looking down to second, and fires. Curveball in there, but gets the call. It's 1-1. 80 miles an hour, a little bit harder of a curveball than we've seen. He's been sitting around 76 to 78 today. It's 1-1 now. Runners on first and second. Smith, back-to-back breakers there, back-to-back strikeouts, or strikes.
Yeah, that was a good one. Just on the inner part of the plate on the right-handed hitter, Johnson.
Going for another strikeout here. He's got 4 on the day. 1-2 pitch from Smith. Cut on and missed, and he's got another one. Ethan Smith making the most of his last Winter League appearance. He's got 5 Ks through an inning and 2/3.
Yeah, just dialing it up there. Again, another fastball in at 90 miles per hour, and he's definitely locked in this one.
Back-to-back curveballs in the upper inside part of the zone. Raises the eye level with the fastball upstairs, and Steven Johnson couldn't catch up. Nick Chusano watches a fastball well high right around the eyes. He's got 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Chill trying to break through, down 1-0 against the A's. 2 runners on, and Chusano at the plate. Lifts that one above the infield. High fly ball converging on it. Stan King can't come up with it. Jarrett Burney was hustling all the way around and comes in to score as no one had a play on it.
Yeah, that ball, it was just a simple pop-up on the infield, but with 2 outs, the runner doesn't have to hold up at all. Burney was off to the races. He comes around to score, and Ethan Smith actually lost the ball. I saw him look over toward his catcher saying, "Where'd it go?" Ward didn't come in on it either. I don't know if either of them really saw where it went. So it was the first baseman, King, who had a long way to go to try to make the play, and he just couldn't make the sliding attempt.
2 outs, and now it's Ethan Roberts who watches. A curveball at the top of the zone for strike 1, and Jarrett Burney there proving why every coach has told every single player, run every single play out. He steals a run right there for the Chill to tie it up at 1. 0-1 pitch lined up the middle. That's going to get down for a hit. Francis diving at it, can't come up with it. Bucko scores. Here comes Chusano. The throw is not in time, and going for the inside park home run. Ethan Roberts gets it. It is 3-1.
What a job by Ethan Roberts. That ball hit the base of the wall in left center field, and it just died there. Warren had to run all the way to it to pick it up and get the ball back in, and Roberts, with his speed, was able to score relatively easily, going all the way around the bases.
Roberts absolutely electrifying right there. Just slapped it out to center field. Juan Francis gave it all he can, and it just got under the glove. And one of the fastest players in the Winter League did not quit, sprinting all the way around, and it is 4-1. Chill on top here in the second.
That's a really tough break for Ethan Smith, as it looks like you're getting out of the inning. You have a pop-up on the infield.
Quickly 2-0 against Ware, and again, the Chill just showing that when you hustle, they can make things happen. Couldn't really do anything against Smith, but now they break through with 2 outs. 2-0 pitch, curveball, inside for ball 3.
And that also shows that these pitchers are elite, but so are these offenses. You can't give them an inch. Again, the pop-up that lands in for a hit, and it makes them pay.
3-0 pitch downstairs for ball 4, and what was unthinkable a couple minutes ago, Ethan Smith finding himself into some trouble. He's through 1 1/3, but has 5 strikeouts, but a single by Jarrett Burney, a walk by Dominic Bucko, and then Nick Chusano hit a pop-up for an 81-foot single that landed in no man's land between a quartet of A's fielders. No one could come up with it. Ethan Smith slaps it into the outfield, and all chaos breaks through. It is 4-1 Chill. They've got Caleb Ware on first and Jamonte Woods coming up. A meeting on the mound disperses, and we're going to get ready for this at-bat.
Yeah, and the wind is blowing from right to left. I wonder if that played a factor in that pop-up as well. The first baseman was the closest man to it, King, and the wind blowing it away from his direction.
And the first pitch to Jamonte Woods, who had a double, and running on that pitch is Ware, and that gets over Cologne's glove. He's going to third. Throw is not in time.
And look out, it actually came in and it hit Ware on the throw in. May have caught him near the head, maybe in the face. And he's down.
Ware immediately in pain. He has third safely, but more importantly, he was absolutely drilled by a throw from Juan Francis in center field, who has a great arm. The trainer's waiting to see if they need to come out. Looks like Tom Vaith talking to his left fielder, hoping he's okay. Ware takes off his helmet. He's walking around at least right now. And optimistically, it looks like he might be staying in the game, which, God, you can't be anything but happy to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it might just be a matter of getting over that initial shock, the pain of it coming in. I'm sure that'll sting for a bit. Might have a shiner tomorrow.
Jamonte Woods fouls off the second pitch. It's 1-1 now.
But once again, we see the speed of these Chill players coming into play with Ware.
1-1 to Woods, and Caleb Ware would feel a whole lot better if Woods could drive him in right now. 1-1 from Smith. Caught on and missed. It's 1-2 now. Smith desperately needs his 6th K of the day here. He's got 2 outs, but they've tagged him for 4 here, thanks to an Ethan Roberts 3-run inside the park home run. 1-2 pitch. Fastball blew it by him inside. Ethan Smith strikes out the side once again, but the Chill have come back. They're up 3 going into the 3rd inning.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Top of the 3rd inning, and bang, here come the Chill. It is 4-1. Deontay Jackson leading things off against Ryan Schroeder. And Brandon, we just saw a little bit of everything. A couple singles, an 81-foot single that landed in the middle of a bunch of A's defenders, a couple walks, and Ethan Roberts just breaks it open with an inside-the-park home run and turns it into a new game for Ryan Schroeder. First pitch to Jackson, chopper straight to Jarrett Burney. Long throw, can't get him. Infield single for Deontay Jackson.
Yeah, and that's just the speed of Deontay Jackson beating it out, the former D1 football player at Oregon, doing his 90-foot dash down the first base line.
And we were talking about this in between innings. We could do the math for averages and actually hitting performance, but just sheerly defensively, the A's might have the best outfield in the league out there with Deontay Jackson, Juan Francis, and Matthew Warren. All of them can absolutely fly, and all three of them have massive arms out there.
Yeah, and that actually makes the Ethan Roberts inside the park home run even more impressive that he put it in the perfect spot against that defense.
First pitch to Daisuke Fukuda, fights a foul going into Sunrise Park. It's 0-1.
Both of these offenses dangerous, though. You can never let up.
Fukuda proving that there, too. He led off the game, had a single, stole second, and scored on an RBI single from Grayson Muller. 0-1 pitch. Curveball rides into the zone, but can't get the call, just about an inch high. Right over the heart of the plate. Schroeder wanted the call, but can't get it. It's 1-1 now. No outs. Deontay Jackson on first. That one's punched into right field, floating up for Ethan Roberts. He'll collect it, and Deontay Jackson rushes back to first. One out here in the third. Matthew Ward coming up. Ward, the catcher yesterday, came in for Jed Downham in the fifth. He walked, but in the seventh, had the RBI single to tie it. He drove in Matthew Warren, and the A's came all the way back. They were down 6, won it 10-6 over the Blue Sox. Before he gets his first pitch, Schroeder will check back in on Jackson at first, and he's not in time. Jackson scampering back, and Schroeder set, looking for his sign. Gets set with his glove at his head, and fires out of the stretch. Jackson running on the first pitch, slides in, and that one gets past Charlo. Jarrett Burney there to back it up, though. A stolen base for Deontay Jackson.
That was a really good throw from Chusano. I think they had him if Charlo could have gloved it and got the tag down. The ball seemed to beat Jackson to the bag, but since it gets away, it's a stolen base.
Just a slightly errant throw, but now it's Matthew Ward with a runner on second, waiting for the 0-1 pitch, or the 1-0 pitch. Just one out here in the third. Schroeder looks back at Jackson and fires, and that one's poked foul. He was late on it off the end of the bat into the park again.
Yeah, the momentum clearly in the favor of the Chill after the 4-run inning, but still just a 3-run ball game, and you expect to see more runs from the A's. They haven't been held to 1 or no runs in a game all season. Their lowest output was a 2-1 win against Team China back on February 3rd.
The top offense in the league so far, going up against possibly the Chill's best on the mound. Ryan Schroeder out for his third inning of work and fires a fastball outside. It's 2-1 now.
And the real recipe for success for the A's this season has been attack the bullpen. A lot of late inning, big innings.
Late inning magic has been a theme for the A's. Again, they put up 6 in the seventh yesterday to win it 10-6 over the Blue Sox. They had a walk-off against the Blue Sox last week as well. They've really been tormenting Jimmy Johnson's squad.
Yeah, that walk-off against the Blue Sox was the day after they just came up short in the comeback attempt against these Palm Springs Chill, the 7-6 Chill win.
Schroeder in his third inning against the A's for his second time around with the 2-2 pitch. Got the curveball by him, dropped third strike, throw down to first, and they got Ward. Matthew Ward goes down with another K for Ryan Schroeder. His third of the day, keeping perfectly on pace with right around his 1 strikeout an inning average, and it's Grayson Muller coming up with a runner on second. 2 outs, a 4-1 lead. Chill on top of the A's. Righty-lefty matchup. Schroeder throws in a curveball, slipped out of the hand. It's outside. Chusano kept it with him. It's 1-0. Chusano, one of the handful of backstops in this league who's taken just about the entire load behind the plate, as that one's well inside but called a strike. Good fastball there by Schroeder. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, Chusano has appeared. This is his 15th game of the season for the A's. That is every game this year.
And almost every inning behind the plate as Mueller swings at that one. We mentioned that he does lead the team in strikeouts. He's had a fantastic season, batting .344. Or he's not leading the team in strikeouts, but he's up there. He's got 10. He's a free swinger, but when he does, he puts the ball in play and often for extra bases. 1-2 pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, got him looking. Grayson Mueller goes down, and Schroeder puts up a 0 after the big inning by his offense. Going to the bottom of the third, Chill up 4-1 over the A's. Top of the third, or bottom of the third inning here in Palm Springs. Ethan Smith out there after a punch to the face by the Chill. They put up 4 in the bottom of the second. And Brandon, it looked like he was absolutely rolling. He had 5 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3, but the Chill just started stringing it together.
Yeah, and that's the thing with both of these offenses that we keep pounding on, is you can't give them any sort of leeway. A pop-up on the infield, Ethan thought he got out of the inning, but it ends up landing on the infield right behind the mound, and the Chill capitalized.
And after a pretty quick inning for the Chill offensively, they sent 4 to the plate after a defensively after a Deontay Jackson single to lead it off. Ethan Smith can't have time to breathe here as he's behind 2-0 against John McGuire. McGuire, again, one of the best hitting players in the league, hitting well over 300, has a contract offer, and he fouls that one back. It's 2-1 as some wind blows into the press box and just blew my roster away.
Yeah, it's a steady breeze right now, steady wind going from right to left.
McGuire hitting .375 coming into the game. Has the 2-1 pitch, breaking the ball that curved way out of the way, almost hit McGuire in the back, and then almost gets it near the zone. But it's 3-1 now. McGuire 0 for 1 on the day, struck out to end the first. Fouls that one back, and the count is full.
Just tried to challenge him with a breaking ball previously, but that was the fastball. Fouled straight back. He was right on it timing-wise.
Payoff pitch. Smith blew it by him. Fastball at the top of the zone. His 7th K of the day, and it's a peculiar line. Brandon, he's got 7 strikeouts through an inning or through 2 1/3 innings, but he's got 4 runs on the board.
Yeah, and again, it's just unfortunate because in his mind, he probably shouldn't have allowed those runs, as that pop-up most likely should have been caught, but it's an interesting stat line. Paul Skeens-esque in terms of he struck out every man for the out so far.
First pitch to Jarrett Burney is a called strike, 88-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees. It's 0-1, 1 out. The Chill with a 3-run lead, 4-1 over the A's. Second pitch by Smith. Fastball called just outside. It's 1-1 now. Burney led off the second inning, started the rally. Singled and scored eventually. 1-1 pitch. Fights that one down the right field line. That's going to get down and fair. Jackson hustling over to it, throws it in, and it's a 1-out single for Jarrett Burney, who's 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, and it looked like he was a little bit late on his swing, but it worked out as he was able to poke it into right field. A little bit late on the fastball.
Yeah, it's not the best to get sawed off, but when it lands in for a hit, you're happy either way. Jarrett Burney on first, Dominic Bucco at the plate. He walked and scored in the second inning, 0 for 0 so far. He's got a runner on first, but has to get through Smith. Burney running on the first pitch, throw down by Ward. Nearly in time, but Burney swifter than that. Swipes another bag for the Chill.
He remains perfect on the season for stolen bases.
Already seen a lot of stolen bases today between the two games. Couple in the morning between China and the Bombers in what was a thriller. Second pitch to Bucco. Chopper gets through Mueller and into center field. Burney scores. It is 5-1 Chill.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Mueller looked like he might have had a play on that. He slides over, and it just eluded his glove. He's even punching his glove as he walks back to his position, kind of like, I had it, and he doesn't really know how it got through.
The 5 and 6 spots in the Chill lineup, a combined 3 for 3 with 3 runs and a walk so far. Tristan Charlo steps up to the plate. 1 out, a runner on first, and a 4-run lead over the top team in the league. Swings through a first pitch fastball at the top of the zone. 0-1, 1 out. Chill have 5 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. And the A's have 1 run on 3 hits and an error. Back-to-back fastballs up high, and he swings through both of them. It's 0-2. And again, Ethan Smith has yet to record an out that is not a strikeout. He's got 7 Ks through 2 1/3. Has a chance for an 8th here. 0-2 pitch. There it is. 8 Ks and 2 outs here in the third.
He's really putting on a clinic out there on the mound. Unfortunate for him, he's down by 4 runs, but really impressive what he's doing out there.
And again, how those 4 runs happened as Steven Johnson, who struck out in the second, comes to the plate. Jarrett Burney singled in the second. Then Dominic Bucco walked. He struck out Tristan Charlo, struck out Steven Johnson. Then Nick Chusano came up, and that one's hit high down the right field line, and Deontay Jackson will collect that. But a Nick Chusano bloop single started it off, and they put on 4 in the second. They put up 1 here in the third. Going to the fourth, it is 5-1 Chill here in Palm Springs. 5-1 chill here in the 4th inning, and it's a new man on the mound. Just a quick pre-playoff tune-up for Ryan Schroeder, and out comes Tino Novus. The hired gun of the Winter League has bounced around from team to team, but it's been great work from him so far.
Yeah, he's been really impressive no matter what jersey he's wearing. Taking on one of the top offenses in the league now.
Came in and his first appearance was for the Power, delivered 5 innings, just 1 run, and since then has rolled. I'm not sure. I don't think he's allowed a run since then. He works quick. He doesn't exactly blow anyone away, but the lefty just finds outs, and he gets a first pitch grounder to second base throw from Charlo, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Matthew Warren.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with him. Like you said, he gets outs. He throws strikes, and he allows the other team to put the ball in play and just work to contact.
And right now, a guy who's found a lot of contact, Sam Ruda. Coming up with 1 out, nobody on, and they are down 4 to the chill. Ruda swings through a first pitch breaking ball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 0-1, 1 out, 5-1 game, top of the 4th inning. Ruda, the A's leader in just about everything, up at the plate. Watches ball 1 inside.
The other big thing with Tino Novus is he tries to keep hitters off balance, and one way he does that is with his pace. He's relatively quick in terms of between pitches.
1-1 pitch from Novus. Out in the dirt, it's ball 2, and again, he's quick, and outside of this at-bat, he prides himself in working quick and just throwing strikes. He doesn't waste time out there, and he's already set and firing. 2-1 pitch inside, almost hits Ruda.
Yeah, you can tell he's trying to nibble around the edges, work around the dangerous hitter in Ruda.
Well aware of who's standing in front of him. 3-1 pitch, Ruda gets under that and hits it foul. It's going into the stands and bounces right behind a couple fans and over the stands again onto the concourse.
Yeah, we've had a lot of balls into the stands already. Hopefully someone out there brought a glove.
Payoff pitch. That one's lined into left field, but straight at Caleb Ware, who barely has to move an inch. We've got 2 outs in the 4th.
And you see the frustration on the face of Sam Ruda. He knows he squared that ball up, but he hit it right at the left fielder for the chill.
You can't blame him for being frustrated. 92 off the bat. He hit it well, but again, just right at Caleb Ware. Now it's Stan King coming up. Fell to the same fate as Ruda. Ruda's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to left. Stan King flew out to left in his first appearance, and he swings over a curveball by Novus.
Big drop in velocity going from Schroeder to Novus.
1-2 by Novus is lined into center field. Coming in on it and missing it is Dominic Bucco. Going for second and safe there is Stan King.
Yeah, it looked like Bucco thought he had a shot at diving to make the catch, and then he realized at the last moment the ball was going to drop, so he kind of hesitated going into the dive just to try to knock it down, and ends up letting it get by him just a little bit. He may have made contact because the ball did die before it went past him, and then slipping, trying to get up, complicated things a little bit.
Hustle double for Stan King, and now it's Jorge Colon with the runner on second, down 4 here in the top of the 4th. Novus trying to avoid the jam here. 2 outs. First pitch off the corner, ball 1. Chopper down the line. Novus catches it in fair territory and does it himself. Tags him for the third out of the inning, and he puts up a 0 there. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Chill up 4 over the A's.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Top of the 5th inning here in Palm Springs, bottom of the 4th, and Ethan Smith's day is done. He threw 3 innings, struck out 8, just 1 out via a fly out to right field. Other than that, it was all Smith's work. But he's tagged with 5 runs, and I think all of them but 1 are earned. And now it's on the way to Paul Torelli. Torelli has had a up and down year. He's been solid for the most part, but there's 2 outings, one against the Grizzly, one against the Power, where he combined for an inning and 2/3 and 9 earned runs. Outside of that, he's been pretty solid for the A's, but they're going to need some length out of him here. Ethan Smith couldn't come through, or really it's debatable where you go on that, whether you put it on Smith or the A's defense. A couple of miscues led to it being capped off by an Ethan Roberts inside the park home run, and it is 5-1, Torelli taking over now.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's just unfortunate the way it landed, as that pop-up on the infield ended up leading to the 4-run second inning. If there was a team error, you probably would give that there and then make those runs unearned, but that's not the case, so they all end up earned. It's a base hit. And so now it's time for Torelli, who did well in his 1 appearance this season against the Chill back on February 4th, throwing 3 innings, allowing just 1 run, 2 walks against 5 strikeouts. They'll look for that kind of length here again.
Nick Chusano steps to the plate, 1 for 1, and scored in the second inning. Had a single, looking to add on more here against Torelli, who fires in an 86-mile-an-hour fastball inside for ball 1. Chusano hitting .281 coming into the day, right now right around .290 after that hit. Watches a curveball fall into the zone, but get called for ball 2.
Yeah, may have called it just a touch high on Chusano.
2-0 pitch. Ball 3 runs in on Chusano. Good crowd out here in Palm Springs. A beautiful day. Some wind going from right to left. But blue skies and around 65 degrees. 3-0 pitch. Outside ball 4, and Chusano takes his hard 90.
Chusano always hustles down to first base, whether it's a walk, a ball in play, it doesn't matter. Always putting in the effort, and he does so here.
And hustle is really a word that defines this game, and Ethan Roberts showed it all in the second. Again, on a bloop infield single by Chusano, Jarrett Burney came around to score. He was sprinting all the way around with 2 outs and an infield fly ball. He came in to score. Ethan Roberts came up next, slapped what could have been a single into center field, but Juan Francis dove after it. And one of the fastest runners in the Winter League took it for an inside the park home run. Roberts behind, or evens at 1-1 after a called strike there. And now it's 2-1, 87-mile-an-hour fastball out of the zone. No outs, runner on first. It's 5-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 count. Torelli out of the stretch, quick pitch, and fires a fastball in there for called strike 2. Roberts 1 for 2, has that home run, struck out looking in the first. One of 8 to strike out so far today, all of them by Ethan Smith. 2-2 pitch. Chopper up the middle, coming in on it. Moeller has to wait. Running down the line, and safe is Ethan Roberts. Infield single after Moeller had to wait for Chusano to get past him to field that ball.
Yeah, and again, that's just another unfortunate break for the Canada A's, as, like you said, having to wait up on the ball did just enough for the speedy Ethan Roberts to reach easily.
And playing hard 100% of the time, paying off again for the chill. And it's Caleb Ware coming up, who thankfully he is still in the game, as that one gets passed down him behind the plate. Runners move 90 feet, and a defensive substitution we didn't notice or mention. Jed Downham is now in there.
Yeah, so with the new pitcher, bringing in a new catcher as well, the whole battery replaced.
So Matthew Ward's day is done. He struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. Now it's Jed Downham behind the plate, but more importantly, runners on second and third, and a 1-0 count to Caleb Ware, who watches ball 2.
Torelli could really use a strikeout, and he's had plenty of them this season. So a good guy to follow, Ethan Smith, in 12 1/3 innings, 22 strikeouts on the year.
2-0 pitch upstairs, ball 3.
The walks have also added up, those 22 strikeouts against 18 walks in those 12 1/3 innings.
.30 pitch to Caleb Ware, and that's his second walk of the game. Jamonte Woods steps up to the plate.
This is a big opportunity for the Chill to really break this game open. Powerful hitter in Woods.
Bases loaded for Jamonte Woods, who's put a charge in a few balls. He's 1 for 2, had a double in the first inning. First pitch to Woods. Outside, ball 1. Curveball at the top of the zone, couldn't get the call. Woods with 8 RBIs on the season, looking for possibly 9, 10, and 11. 1-0 pitch gets by Downham, and here comes Nick Chusano. It's 6-1 Chill.
The wildness hurting Torelli here in this inning. The walks and now the wild pitch allowing a run to come in.
And the Chill just running rampant all over the Canada A's here. Tom Vaith's team trying to put it on because they know, as everyone knows, no lead is safe against this offense. 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Torelli in danger of walking the bases loaded again. Has not gotten an out, started this inning in relief for Ethan Smith. 3-0 pitch. Torelli fires, strike 1 at the bottom corner of the zone. Perfect pitch, 87 miles an hour, right on the plate. 6-1 game here in the bottom of the fourth. That one's fouled off, and the count is full now. 4 runs by the Chill in the second, 1 in the third, 1 here in the fourth. Full count with runners on second and third for Jamonte Woods. Torelli set, and a quick pitch here, and Woods slaps that one foul down the left field line. That's going to go into the parking lot.
Tried to challenge him with back-to-back fastballs to get back into this count and run the count full. See what he goes with here if he trusts the breaking ball. Already a wild pitch in this sequence.
Woods working a long at-bat here already. Torelli looking for his first out. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for John McGuire now.
Well, he did go with that breaking ball. He trusted it. It looked pretty good. Just missed near the top of the zone.
McGuire stepping up. He's got Ethan Roberts at third, Caleb Ware at second, Jamonte Woods at first, and Jed Downham's going to take a moment to talk to his righty on the mound.
Yeah, after a couple of walks and, again, the wild pitch in this inning, just try to settle him down a little bit. Walks have hurt Torelli this season, but he's also a big strikeout pitcher like we mentioned, so get a couple of strikeouts, you can really limit the damage.
Again, no real playoff implications with either one of these teams. Their spots are both set in the Winter League playoffs. The Chill will be the 3 seed. The A's are either the 1 or 2 seed. At bare minimum, they have a first-round bye. But both teams still competing here on the final days of the Winter League regular season. It's John McGuire at the plate. Bases loaded. And first pitch, ball outside. Another breaking ball by Torelli. McGuire 0 for 2, struck out swinging both times. 1-0 pitch, outside, ball 2.
Another change that we have defensively for the A's. Dane Simon is in the game at second base.
2-0 pitch, finds the zone, 2-1 now. Adding some pop and some speed to that lineup. Grayson Muller had the RBI single, but his day is likely done now. Swinging at a ball in the dirt there, it's 2-2 now. Dane Simon's really heated up over the last week or so. Had a home run the other day. And now his A's have some work to do. Down 5, 2-2 pitch in the dirt, the count is full. Torelli needs a strike here, needs a strikeout or an infield fly ball. Just about anything else at least scores a run. In danger of walking a run in. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3.
There's that big strikeout that Paul Torelli needed. Not out of the woods yet.
Threw in the curveball, got it perfectly on the inside half of the plate, and he froze John McGuire there. Jarrett Burney stepping up now, part of the lineup that's 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored for the Chill. He's 2 for 2 right now, has a stolen base and a pair of singles, and he's ahead 1-0 with the bases loaded here in the 4th. Slapped it right to second. Colon can't come up with it. Shovels it to second. Tries to get the out. And he does. Gets Jamonte Woods at second. But Jorge Colon can't turn 2. Caleb Ware goes to third. Ethan Roberts scores. And it is 7-1 after the fielder's choice by Jarrett Burney.
And just another unfortunate play for the A's as it looked like a potential inning-ending double play. They're able to get one, avoid the error, and get one of the runners out. So 2 outs now in the inning, but again, a run scores because of it.
Dominic Bucco 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. He scored in the 2nd. Here he is in the 4th, trying to add on. Strike 188 right at the top of the zone. 0-1 now, 2 outs. He's got runners on the corners. Ware at third. He's got Burney at first. Both can absolutely fly. 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1.
It's unfortunate for the A's pitchers when those plays, they don't go down in the scorebook as errors, but they might as well be in terms of the feel as a defense and as a team.
And they've already had at least 4 or 5 of them as he swings over that one. Bucco does. It's 1-2 now. Torelli a strike away from limiting the damage here. It is 7-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. A's have been here before, but the offense is going to have to act fast. 1-2 pitch from Torelli. Inside, ball 2. Turned it up to 89 there. Deuce is wild here. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. 2 have scored this inning, and it's Dominic Bucco trying to add on. Pitch from Torelli. Bucco fouls that one right off the plate, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, just swung right over the top, bounced it straight down off of home plate, and then back behind it.
After the 89-mile-an-hour fastball, he dials it down 13 ticks, a 76-mile-an-hour curveball at the bottom of the zone, and Bucco just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. 2-2, 2 outs. Torelli deals, and that one's fouled off again. Bucco making him work. It seems like all day so far, the Chill, even with Smith's 8 strikeouts, they made him work. It was long at bat after long at bat, and already they're putting up a fight against Paul Torelli, who's allowed 2 here in the 4th. 2-2, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Torelli trying to get out of this jam. Pitch is outside, and the count is full again.
And you hate that miss that far outside with the fastball, because the way he's been going, he did against Woods, just missed on the breaking ball, called ball 4, but he got it against McGuire for the strikeout. You'd like to get that fastball close to set up the breaking ball on this pitch.
He needs a strike here. And that one's outside, ball 4, bases loaded again.
So a couple of misses that really weren't close on those last 2 pitches to really lose the batter in Bucco.
4th walk of the inning for Torelli. We've got 2 outs, bases loaded for Tristan Charlo, but Paul Nochi's going to go talk to his man on the mound. Nobody warming up in the bullpen right now, so unless they're going to put in a position player, which is unlikely, this is Torelli's inning to finish. His mess to get out of.
Yeah, and he hasn't pitched poorly so far in this one. Some of his misses have been relatively close. There was, again, that one against Woods that could have gone either way, a borderline pitch, just didn't get the call. And then that ended up in a walk, but other than that, he's really been close outside of those last 2 pitches to Bucco.
It's been an outing that looks better than the box score
Yes.
if you look on a pitch-by-pitch basis, but that's been the story of the game for the A's so far. There's few times when they should have been out of it, they can't come through, and now they're down 7-1 against the Chill. First pitch is over Tristan Charlo's head. It's 1-0.
Now Torelli really has to lock it back in. That's been 3 straight misses that have not been close.
Bases juiced, Tristan Charlo 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And that one gets passed down him, and in comes a run. Caleb Ware scores. It's 8-1. Bucco at second, Bernie at third. It's 8-1 Chill over the A's here in the 4th.
And again, when you're missing close to the zone, you can get the swing and miss sometimes, or at least set up the next pitch. But none of these last 4 pitches have been even close to the plate.
2-0 pitch from Torelli. Upstairs, ball 3. Torelli needs a strike. In danger of walking, the bases loaded again for Steven Johnson. And he's done it. Inside, ball 4 again. 5th walk of the inning. And it looks like Johnson's day is done. He's 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to right field. It's Isaiah Fleming coming in.
Fleming has been a great addition to this Chill lineup so far. Limited action, this just being his 6th game of the season. Hitting .357 already.
One of many Chill batters who, and really one of many Session 2 batters who has hit it in stride since he's landed in Palm Springs, and it's 1-0 against Fleming. 1-1 as the breaking ball is called a strike. Assuming this is just a straight-up switch, Fleming will go into that DH spot. 1-1 pitch. Flails at it in the dirt. It's 1-2 now, and once again, Torelli is one strike away from getting out of the inning, but not before 3 scored. It is 8-1 Chill here in the bottom of the 4th. Chill taking on the top team in the league, and they have proven they are worth the fight so far as Fleming goes down swinging there, but the Chill send 9 to the plate, score 3. Here in Palm Springs, it is 8-1 going into the 5th.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Top of the 5th inning here in Palm Springs. It's 8-1 Chill on top of the A's, and it's been a game where we've seen a little bit of everything. And right now, the A's have to scamper together and get something going offensively. Juan Francis leading it off against Tino Novus, who fires in strike 1 at the top of the zone. And Brandon, when I say we've seen everything, I mean it. We've seen an inside-the-park home run. Francis swings over that one there. It's 0-2. We've seen a bunch of line drives into the stands. The fans have been scrambling around. I mean, it's been practically a meteor shower out there. We've seen an 81-foot single and an 0-2 pitch outside 1-2. And we've seen an 8-run game for the Chill so far.
Yeah, it really has been a crazy sequence of events in this ball game. And for the A's, it seems like everything's breaking against them.
1-2, and that breaking ball is outside. It's 2-2 now. And, yeah, it seems like the A's just every time they had a chance, just unlucky break here, unlucky break there. They should have been out of the inning a million times, but they couldn't come through with that ever so elusive third out. There was 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth for the Chill. Payoff pitch from Novus. Ball 4, the leadoff man's on for Deontay Jackson.
Well, this is where you really have to buckle down if you're the Chill, because I know it looks good having a 7-run lead, but this offense for the A's can really chip into that in a hurry.
Tino Novus came in last inning, and it was a pretty efficient one. Threw some balls, allowed a double to Stan King, but nonetheless got through with the 0. Here he is against Jackson. Runner on first and 73 miles an hour up and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Jackson one for one so far, singled and stole second. We've seen his athletic ability all over the field, and he swings over that one there. It's 1-1. Former Division I football player, played at Oregon back in, I think it was 2009 and 10, around there. incredible athletic ability, and again, he's roamed right field well for the A's and has finally got the bat going. Watch his ball 2 outside.
Yeah, and he came here to the California Winter League, 33 years old, and he wants to show that being in your 30s doesn't mean that you can't hang with these other guys and play well.
And lately, he's been proving it. Jackson coming into the game hitting 179, but that was after a lengthy hitless streak.
Yeah, he had a sequence there where he had a 3-game hitting streak, had 4 hits in that 3-game span.
0 for 5 in his last 2 games, but he's got a hit today. Again, most importantly, though, one of the most incredible humans you will ever meet. He's just beyond nice. He introduced himself to everyone on sign-in day, shook everyone's hands, and he's just so grateful for everyone being here and what everyone does. 2-2 pitch. Outside, count is full. No outs, a runner on first. It's 8-1 chill over the A's. Deontay Jackson has Francis on first. And a full count. Here's the pitch. That one's driven high in the air. Above left center, right center field, Ethan Roberts sprints over and collects that one. Drops it on the transfer, but it's still an out.
Yeah, for Deontay Jackson, we've seen a lot of those high fly balls. That shows the power that he has. He's just swinging under a lot of these pitches and hitting them high in the air. It's a matter of time, in my opinion, before he squares one up.
And again, he was really the leader in the clubhouse as far as guys who have squared up more balls than anyone, but hit them right at fielders before he got his first hit. But now it's Daisuke Fukuda. He's got a runner on first and 1 out. And he swings over a curveball there by Novus. 1 for 2 on the day, singled and scored in the first inning, stole second. Flew out to right in the third. Here he is in the fifth. 0-1 outside. Chusano thinks about going back to first, but doesn't. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, it was the A's who struck first in this ball game, top of the first inning, with Fukuda scoring that run, as you mentioned.
1-1, 7-run lead for the Chill, and now it's 2-1 as Tino Novus throws a fastball up high. Right around Fukuda's eyes there. 1 out and a runner on third, or a runner on first. 2-1 pitch. Got it on the outer third there. It's 2-2. Called strike. Spun in a breaking ball, and Novus working quickly already. Set and ready to fire. 2-2 pitch. Off the plate, count is full. We don't see a ton of full counts out of Novus, but back-to-back batters have got to that. Payoff pitch. Driven into right center field. Bucko going back on it. He's under it. 2 outs here in the fifth. Throws that one over Tristan Charlo, but a great job by Chusano sprinting after that to make sure that Juan Francis stays on first.
Yeah, the Chill catcher halfway down the first base line, picking that ball up in foul grounds to keep the runner at first. And another high fly ball gave plenty of time for both outfielders, left and center fielder, for the Chill to get in the left center alley and corral that ball.
It's a 7-run lead now, 8-1. Chill on top of the A's, and Jed Downham taking his first hacks at it. Took over the catching duties last inning. Now here he is in the fifth. It's 0-1 on him.
Downham is always a great at-bat to watch. He fouls off a ton of pitches just about every time he's up there.
0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1, and he fouls off a bunch of pitches, but more importantly, too, defensively, he has been one of the workhorses of the league between his work with the A's and Bombers. He's playing almost every day, and he fouls that one off the hands. Time is called as I think it hit off someone, whether it was Chusano or Downham.
Yeah, it looked like it was off the hands of Downham. It may have also gone off the mask of Chusano afterwards, so home plate umpire just giving both guys a little bit of a breather, walking the ball out to the mound.
Love to see the guys having some feel, but it's 1-2 now, 2 outs. Novus back to work. Downham watches ball 2 in the dirt, skips away from Chusano all the way to the backstop, and Francis basically crawls to second. 2-2 now, 2 outs, a runner on second. Downham at the plate in his first at-bat. On deck is Dane Simon taking over for Grayson Moeller. 2-2 pitch. Line foul just past Chet Robinson at first base.
And Downham's just a guy who will see a lot of pitches when he gets up there.
He's good for at least 8 to 10 pitch at bat a day, and he's working on one here. 2-2 pitch again. That one's lined right at the first baseman, Woods, who snags it about a foot off the ground for the third out. Going to the bottom of the fifth, Chill trying to extend a 7-run lead against the number 1 team in the Winter League. It is 8-1 here in the bottom of the fifth.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom 5 here in Palm Springs, and we're getting to crunch time for the A's. They need a 0 here, and it's a new man on the mound. Austin Turley taking over for Paul Torelli, the often seen Turley to Torelli backpack. And they didn't get the length they wanted out of Torelli, and Turley here to take over. Paul Nochi hoping he could give him some length and quality. They're down 7 here against the Chill.
Yeah, and if it seems like a familiar pairing, Turley and Torelli going in the same game, that's because it is. This is the 7th outing for Turley, and every time he's appeared, Torelli has appeared in the exact same game. So all 7 of both of their appearances have been the same games. It's not always the same order in terms of who comes out first, but they always pitch in the same games.
It's about as consistent of a piggyback duo as really Tyler Anderson and Tony Gonsolin back in 2021 for those of you who are watching the Dodgers' failure of a season, as that one is lined foul by Nick Chusano, who's 1 for 1.
Yeah, and as a manager, you get comfortable with these guys. You like how the two of them match up in terms of the stuff and keeping hitters off balance going from one to the other.
And why wouldn't you be comfortable? Austin Turley serves up a fastball that's crushed foul. But why wouldn't you be comfortable? Turley so far, it's his 7th appearance. He's got a 3.34 ERA in 4 2/3 innings. He's struck out 9. It's been good work. He's kept him in it, and right now he needs some zeros. 0-2 to Nick Chusano. Chusano gets that one off the hands. Chopper to Turley, bobbles it, throws down to first in time to get him. PFP's paying off. Turley does it himself and gets Chusano. Now it's the top of the lineup, Ethan Roberts, who Turn this game on its head in the 4th inning. A 3-run inside the park homer. I'm sorry, that was in the 2nd. In the 4th, he had a single and scored. Now we're in the 5th. 1 out, and he slaps that one foul off the end of the bat.
He's having a great day and really showing off his speed. That single was an infield single that he just beat out.
It's been an all-time hustle day for the Chill so far. 0-1 pitch from Turley. Breaking ball loops in there, and that one's driven into left field for a hit. Turning hard and going for the double is Roberts, as it was misplayed in left field by Matthew Warren.
We'll see exactly how they score, whether they give the double or a single and an error, but either way, that's just Ethan Roberts showing off his speed again, hustling around first and making the defense always have to be on your toes. Tyler Fogue now out there in left field.
And he said it perfectly as Tyler Fogue takes over for Matthew Warren. It was scored a single and error, so the third hit of the day for Ethan Roberts, and Caleb Ware comes up. Behind with a strike called at the knees there. It's 0-1. 1 out. Runner on second now. 8-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Turley deals, and that one's lined right at short. Jorge Colon with a long throw. Gets him in time.
What a great play on both ends there. Colon having to pick the short hop on that hard liner out to him. He picked it perfectly, and then the throw was a little low, and King at first base had to dig it out as well. Great play on both ends.
Yeah, an 86-mile-an-hour grounder took a brutal hop on Colon, absolutely ate him up, but he's able to collect it, stand up, fire a strike to get a speedy Caleb Ware, and now it's Jamonte Woods coming up. We've got 2 outs as that one was called strike 1 on the corner. 70 miles an hour to the outer half to the left-handed hitting Jamonte Woods. 1 for 2 so far, has a walk and drives that one into left field. Fogue's going back on it. That's going to roll to the wall. Roberts scores easily. Woods into second. RBI double. Second double of the game for the extra base hit machine, Jamonte Woods. And now it's John McGuire looking for his first hit of the day.
Yeah, you said it, Jamonte Woods, a double machine now with 7 of them on the season. Second one today.
First RBI of the day for Woods. It is 9-1. Chill on top of the power in the bottom of the 5th. John McGuire steps up. Jamonte Woods on second. First pitch outside. Ball 1.
Chill doing everything they can to try to put this one out of reach and prevent any sort of A's comeback chance.
And Turley desperately hoping, as that one's called strike 1 at the knees, hoping he could get McGuire here, because between Bernie and Bucko coming up, they're a combined 3 for 4, and they've got on 6 times. That one's lined into left center field, going back on that Fogue, and he'll haul that one in for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before the Chill extend their lead. Another run in the 5th. It is 9-1. There's 6 outs left for the A's.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 1999s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza. Dine in or take out. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Top of the 6th inning, we've got 6 outs to play for the A's right now, and they go from the hired gun to Cruz Hamilton. Another solid outing for Tino Novus. He's done through 2 scoreless innings, and Cruz Hamilton to take over, but it's a dangerous part of this lineup. Dane Simon, Tyler Fogue, Sam Ruda due up.
Yeah, for Cruz Hamilton, he'll look to replicate the success that he had the last couple of times out and really all season long. He's been really good. A 4.50 ERA. This is his 6th appearance. 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 5 runs total, but 4 of those coming in his very first outing. He's been dominant ever since. 2 runs since.
And again, it's a really similar story for a lot of these guys. Cruz Hamilton, if you take out that first outing, he's allowed just 2 earned runs. That ERA is minuscule, basically. But he's sitting with it at 4.50. Still solid work to be done, and he's facing off against the heart of this A's lineup. Dane Simon leading it off. He took over for Grayson Muller at second base defensively, and he gets his first hacks today. First pitch from Hamilton. Right on the black, but can't get the call there. 90 miles an hour for ball 1. And it's always a difficult transition going from a guy like Tino Novus, who almost lulls you to sleep. He works so quickly, but he's sitting around 72 to 75, as that one's called strike 1. And then you see Hamilton firing 90-91 at the knees right there. It's 1-1, nobody out, nobody on. Dane Simon down 8 to the chill. It's 9-1. Pulled a fastball there. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that swap in velocity. You went from the starter Schroeder to Novus and now to Hamilton. So they seeing a little bit of everything in terms of velo.
2-1 pitch. They've seen a little bit of everything in velo. We've seen a little bit of everything in this game. It's 9-1, chill on top. 2-1 in the dirt. Simon thought about it, but held back. Good breaking ball there, but it's 3-1 now. Again, nobody out. Dane Simon at the plate. His first at-bat of the day. Simon, one of the leaders on this team, offensively, defensively. He's hitting .289 on the season. Fouls that one back. Count is full. .289, but has 11 RBIs, just behind Sam Ruda for the team lead. He's made his hits count. 11 hits, 11 RBIs, 13 runs scored.
And he's 5 for 9 in his last 9 at-bats.
Payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and it's a good runner to have on if you want to start a comeback again. Dane Simon can absolutely fly around the bases, and now it's Tyler Fogue. Couple guys who have been right in the heart of the A's late inning magic lately. Tyler Fogue closed it out yesterday. He had the walk-off hit against the Blue Sox, and here he is. He takes strike 1 down the middle. On deck, Sam Ruda and Dane Simon at first. The A's have been here before. They've basically lived down in the late innings, and they've lived with comebacks recently. No team has been able to put them away, but the Chill 6 outs away from doing so here. Fogue even at 1.
And Dane Simon on first base leads the league with 10 stolen bases. He's a perfect 10 for 10.
91 miles an hour just off the plate. Fogue fought it off. It's 1-2 now. Fogue hitting 172, but more importantly, he's gotten 5 RBIs. 9 walks, but 17 Ks. 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Good job by Chusano jumping up. If that gets past him, Simon is at second guaranteed.
Yeah, the strikeouts have definitely been a problem for Fogue so far, but he's come up with some clutch hits, including the walk-off winner against the Blue Sox back on February 5th.
Again, none bigger, none possibly more important. That walk-off keeps him in stride with China. And he swings and misses there. 91 just off the plate. Tyler Fogue goes down. And now it's Sam Ruda. Three straight replacements for the A's, but now it's the guy who's been at designated hitter all day, and you could assume he'll stay there for the rest of it. Sam Ruda, 0 for 2, flew out to left twice. They've been wearing out Caleb Ware out there. No pun intended. First pitch strike on the outer half. 91 mile an hour fastball from Hamilton. No one warming up in the A's pen. Swing and a miss there. Another good fastball up from Hamilton. Sam Ruda struck out 3 times yesterday, but had a double in the late innings, double in the 7th to get the rally going. He needs one here. He needs a hit. He's 0 for 2 so far. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Sam Ruda so far on the season has reached base safely in every game. So that's at jeopardy as well.
Top of the 6th inning, no guarantee that he hits in the top of the 7th. Sam Ruda's got to do it here. 1-2 pitch from Hamilton. Looks down and fires. That one's fouled off. 91 got a lot of the plate there.
Yeah, 14-game on-base streak coming into today.
And again, Sam Ruda on top of about everything Canada A's offensively. He's got 17 hits. He's got 10 runs scored, 17 RBIs, 12 walks. He's only struck out 8 times. It's been an incredible season for the Army West Point alum. 1-2 pitch. Hamilton deals right on the corner, and he's got him looking.
Yeah, he didn't like that call. Thought it may have been a little low, but according to TrackMan, that was right there, right on that outside corner.
Maybe the biggest strikeout of the day for the Chill right now. Cruz Hamilton trying to close out these last 6. A's down to their final 4 outs. It's Stan King coming up. 9-1 game in the 6th inning. First pitch, 92, down in the dirt. Hamilton, one of the harder throwers in the league. We haven't really talked about him a ton, possibly because the other guys who have been chucking heat have really lived on the A's in China, as that one's lined down the left field line, and that's foul. King gave it a run, 295 feet, but it's just a long strike one.
Yeah, for Cruz Hamilton, out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Went to Glendale Community College along with Oregon Institute of Tech and Keystone College. He can really get the velocity up there.
And right now, he needs to dial it up for Stan King. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a runner on first and Dane Simon. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2, just below the knees, even lower than Ruda's called strike 3. 1-2 pitch. Chill up 9 against the A's. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Hamilton fires, and that one's poked foul.
Back-to-back fastballs at 91 miles per hour. See if he goes with something off speed.
He's thrown in a few off speed so far this inning, but it's been predominantly fastball. And when it's working like this, why wouldn't you just live with it?
The wind right now blowing straight in. We can see some dust coming off. Some dust and dirt coming off the mound toward the batter. So King calls time.
And right now, the Chill are probably rooting for that wind to stay, and they're going up against one of the most powerful lineups in the league. They're in the heart of it right now. Stan King watches ball 2 inside. On a day when they're down 8, it's 9-1 Chill. The A's are going to have to work extra hard to get any sort of pop going. Wind blowing straight in, getting into the press box a little bit. 2-2, 2 outs. Pitch to King. Off the end of the bat, gets past McGuire at third into left field. Error by John McGuire has Dane Simon at second, Stan King at first, and Jorge Colon coming up.
Yeah, still a long road to climb. If you're the A's, down by 8 with 2 outs, only 4 outs to work with, 2 outs in the 6th, but any little bit of leash, and more often than not, they've been able to take advantage this season. See if they can make that error come back to bite the Chill.
And we've already seen 2 home runs today, but one here would take an absolute massive shot with the wind blowing hard in. And the first pitch to Jorge Colon is downstairs for ball 1. 1-0, 2 outs. 2 on. A's trying to mount a late inning comeback. Down 8. And it's 2 straight low misses. It's 2-0 now. 9-1 Chill on top of the A's. They scored 4 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Here in the 6th, it is 3-0 to Jorge Colon. He's got Dane Simon on second, Stan King on first after the error by John McGuire. Cruz Hamilton in danger of loading the bases for Juan Francis. Colon 0 for 2 on the day, but he's got a 3-0 count. In the dirt, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, for the Chill, again, you don't want to give any bit of leeway to this A's team. They're never down and out, even down by 8 runs in the later innings. With that offense, they always have a chance, but if you're the Chill, this visit on the mound, just a reminder, hey, we have 2 outs. We're still 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam.
And with this visit on the mound, you check over to the bullpen. You don't even need a jersey on his back to know that that's Johansel Gomez warming up for Tom Vaith hopefully go in the 7th. He could take over here in the 6th, though, if he needs to. The big 6'8" right-hander has closed out a handful of games for the Chill, and this one might just be the biggest, trying to play upset against the #1 team in the league and possibly taking time. And, yeah, Juan Francis is going to take some time as the wind is really blowing in now. Dust flying everywhere, leaves flying everywhere. It's in everyone's eyes. Home plate umpire going to take a minute as the gust settles down for a second.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want when you have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball coming toward you, is to have something blow in your eye.
Wind blowing in, but it calms down for a second. Juan Francis up with the bases loaded. 2 outs, and that one gets past Chusano. Simon sprinting in, and that one gets over the glove of Hamilton. 9-2 now. After the wild pitch by Hamilton. Can't corral it, Both runners going up 90 feet. Simon scores. Stan King at second. Stan King at third. Jorge Colon at second.
Yeah, it looked like it hit one of the poles on the fence as opposed to the caging, and so it bounced far off the backstop back toward Chusano, made it relatively close at the plate.
1-0 to Juan Francis, and he lifts that one into left center field. Coming in on it is Caleb Ware, and that's the final out of the inning. Down to their last 3 outs now. A's put up a run, but they're still down 7. It is 9-2 going to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back here in Palm Springs.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Bottom of the 6th here in Palm Springs. Chill 3 outs away from the upset. They're up to bat trying to add to a 9-2 lead in a game where we've seen everything, Brandon. It all started in the 2nd inning. Jarrett Burney led it off with a single. Dominic Bucco walked. Steven Johnson and Tristan Charlo struck out, but right when Ethan Smith thought he was going to get out of it, a pop fly by Nick Chusano over the infield fell to the dirt. Nobody caught it, as the first pitch is a called strike against Jarrett Burney. It's 0-1. And the aforementioned Burney was sprinting all the way around and scored on a ball that didn't even make it to the infield dirt. After that, Ethan Roberts came up and smacked an inside the park home run, and we were off from there. It was 4-0. Now it's 9-2, and it's 2-1 on Jarrett Burney, who's 2 for 2 and has not been retired today. 2 for 3. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning and has scored twice. Chopper to third, fielded and thrown down to first, and that one gets by Stan King. Daisuke Fukuda had looked like plenty of time. He set his feet and fired and just hooked it in the dirt, and another error for the A's. And just like that, Jarrett Burney on for his 4th time of the day.
Yeah, as you said, he had the time, and he took his time, and the throw, he just spiked it.
And get this, they have not retired Jarrett Burney or Dominic Bucco. 3 for 5 on the day, 2 walks, a fielder's choice, and an error, and they've scored 3 times between the two. First pitch called strike 1, just on the outer edge of the plate to Dominic Bucco. 0-1, no outs, Burney on first. Bottom 6 here in Palm Springs, 9-2. Ball 1 outside. Turley in his 2nd inning of work. He took over for Torelli in the 5th. Allowed just 1 run. 1-1 from Turley. That one's driven foul down the left field line, over by the bounce house down there. And for those of you joining us here, thank you for tuning in. Game 2 at the stadium after a thriller in Game 1. China walked off the Bombers in extra innings. Here we are in game 2. It is 9-2 Chill. As that one's up the middle. Bobbled by Jorge Colon, and that one gets past him. Jarrett Burney throws on the brakes as Dane Simon was in there quickly, but it's runners on first and second, and neither of these two have been retired.
Yeah, just a tough play for Colon. We've seen a couple of bobbles over there at short by him today. Usually fairly sure-handed. Well, that one just kicked out of his glove and could not recover.
Third error of the day for the A's, and it's runners on first and second, no outs for Tristan Charlo. Charlo under that one sends it right over us here in the press box. And I am just hoping that's nowhere near my car. Got a man warming up in the A's bullpen. It is number 22 as a meeting on the mound. Number 22, and thankfully I do not have him on my roster.
22 for the A's would be Matthew Ward, typically a catcher out there playing toss.
Gonna be honest, I just looked over the catcher spot. Warren warming up in the pen in case they need someone or need extra length in the 7th. But right now it's just getting there is the issue. It's 0-2 now as Charlo fouled another one off. Looks like Johansel Gomez will take over against the A's in the top of the 7th. But no outs here in the 6th. 2 runners on. Charlo waves and misses at that one and goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the day for Tristan Charlo, and now it's Isaiah Fleming. Fleming took over for Steven Johnson. He struck out earlier today. Was the last batter that Paul Torelli faced. Here he is against Austin Turley, and he's behind 0-1.
Austin Turley features a wide mix of pitches. Mostly fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. Sometimes throws in a splitter.
0-1, and Fleming shoots that one high in there to center field. Francis gets under it and throws it in for the second out. Nick Chusano steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Had a walk in the 4th, a single in the 2nd. He scored both times. He's got Burney on 2nd. He's got Bucko at 1st. Both of them reaching on errors by the left side of the infield. First pitch outside, and Downham's just got to go after it to keep it in front of him. 1-0 now. Turley desperately needs to put up a 0 to even give the A's a shot. They're down 7. It's 9-2, and that might just do it. High fly ball above the infield. Dane Simon collects it, and we're going to the 7th. Chill up 9-2 here in Palm Springs. A's have 3 outs left. 9-2 A's down to their last 3 outs here in the 7th. Top 7 here in Palm Springs, and it's going to be a tall task against a very tall man. Johansel Gomez going out to the mound. The 6'8" righty has been kind of the de facto closer for the Chill so far this season, and it's not a save situation, but he's in there to shut down the top offense in the league. And whether it was Ryan Schroeder, Tino Novus, or Cruz Hamilton, Tom Vaith couldn't be happier with his pitching staff today. They've held the A's to just 2 runs. It's 9-1-2 due up. Deontay Jackson, Daisuke Fukuda, and Jed Downham coming up.
Yeah, those 2 runs for the A's, that matches their season low. I mentioned a 2-1 win against Team China earlier this year. That's it. Every other time, they've put up 3 or more runs in a game. So fantastic job by the Chill pitchers so far.
Deontay Jackson stepping up, and weird note, we said we've seen a lot of everything in this game. We saw 3 catchers warm up Johansel Gomez on the mound. Bing-Non Wu was out there, and then looked like Ivan Salas came up, and Nick Chusano back there now as Deontay Jackson swings through a first pitch fastball, 85 on the outer half. 0-1 now. Jackson 1 for 2, singled, stole second in the 3rd, flew out to right in the 5th. Needs to get on here. 0-1 in the 7th. Upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, the reason for all those catchers, Bing-Non Wu was just the man available to go out there initially. Salas was still out in the bullpen after catching the warm-up tosses, and Chusano was the last hitter of the inning, so he had to take time to get the gear on.
1-1 from Gomez. That one's line foul down the right field line, or left field line. 1-2 now. And another hard-hit ball from Deontay Jackson. We mentioned that early in the season he was hitting a lot of balls hard, but they were right at fielders. That one not at anyone, but it was 94 off the bat. 1-2, Gomez staring his opponent down. Goes out of the windup and fires. Curveball in there, got him.
What a beautiful pitch right there from Johansel Gomez. Looks like it's going to be in on the hands, maybe even hit you if you're Jackson, and it comes right back into the zone.
Strikes out Jackson looking, and there's 1 out for Daisuke Fukuda. Top of the A's lineup up now. But again, they've only got 2 outs to make up 7 runs. It's 9-2 Chill here in Palm Springs. First pitch spiked in the dirt. It's 1-0, and the wind that's been not a ton of a factor, but it has been noticeable all day for this game. It was blowing in for a while. Now it's blowing really hard right to left. Second pitch is in there for a called strike 1. So anything in the air to left field is sure to be added several feet of distance. I mean, they could poke one out there, and it'll go a long way. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, and just anything hit high in the air in general could be an adventure for the defense trying to get underneath it and track it down.
We've already seen an adventure defensively for the A's. They've got 3 errors and a handful of plays that could have been labeled so. 2-1 pitch. Off the hands, straight to first base. Jamonte Woods hauls it in. 2 outs in the 7th.
Able to saw that one in and get the weak line out over to first base. That one cut below the wind, so no issue.
Jed Downham, the A's final hope. They're going to need 7 runs on 2 outs here to keep pace with China, who walked it off against the Bombers earlier today. First pitch from Gomez. Outside, ball 1. If he can reach Dane Simon on deck, Simon already has a homer and would be pulling it to left field. 1-0 pitch. Upstairs again, ball 2. And if you're Tom Vaith, And that entire Chill dugout right now, you've got to be feeling great about yourself going into the playoffs. You've already clinched a spot in the quarterfinals, and you're taking down the #1 team in the league. Third pitch of that bat, fastball down the middle, called strike one.
Yeah, you're guaranteed you'll be the home team in that quarterfinal matchup, and then you'll take on either Team China or the A's, or the A's in that semifinal.
2-1 pitch, cut on miss there. It's 2-2. A's down to their final strike. It's been all Chill from start to finish. A's put up a run in the first, but since then, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. It is 9-2 Chill over the A's, and the count is full now. Johansel Gomez with the payoff pitch, looking for a 1-2-3 seventh inning. 3-2, 2 outs. Gomez pauses and deals. Strike 3, and they're going to say he fouled that one off.
Yeah, just got the end of the bat on it to trickle it off to the left side.
And we mentioned Downham's good for a few long at-bats. He worked a long one in the fifth, eventually lined out to first base, but it was still an 8 or 9 pitch at-bat. He does not go down easily as he takes time there. Shuffles around in the batter's box, looks at his bat, gets set, grabs his helmet, and is ready. Gomez already firing. Pause in the delivery. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. A's are not done yet. Dane Simon coming up.
And that was just another great plate appearance for Jed Downham. As you mentioned, a guy who's good for a few foul balls just about every time up, it seems like, as he always works a good at-bat. His batting average isn't quite there, just at 200 coming into today. But the on-base percentage at 448 because of the long at-bats. He's able to work a lot of walks.
First pitch to Simon. Liner, that's going to get to Bernie, who's not going to have a play. Had to run a long way, and Dane Simon can absolutely fly with the infield single.
Yeah, Bernie knew who was in the batter's box, and as soon as he had to range toward third base, running away from first, backhanded play, as soon as he gloved it, he just had to eat it. No chance at Simon.
And the A's trying to almost pull off the impossible. Down 7, trying for a late inning rally with just 1 out left. Tyler Fogue at the plate has had his late inning moments. First pitch, called strike 1 right on the plate. Fogue walked it off against the Blue Sox their first time around. Second time around yesterday, closed out the game. Right now, he's trying to start something special. 2 on, down 7. They're going to need a miracle. That one's fouled, and that's going to go over the net. It's 0-2 now. Fogue's 0 for 1 in the game. Took over in the 5th defensively. Came in to hit in the 6th. Struck out there. That was against Cruz Hamilton. Now it's Johansel Gomez, who's 1 strike away from sending the Chill to their 9th win of the year, and none would be bigger. Against the 12-2 Canada A's. Gomez with 2 on and 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Working out of the stretch, looks back down to second. Looks at Chusano and fires. Strike 3, got him swinging. The Chill slay the Giant, move on to 9-6. And they've got to be feeling great going into the playoffs. Brandon, it was a great game from start to finish. It was a complete game. Ryan Schroeder came in, delivered 3 solid innings, just allowed the 1 run, and from then on, the Chill bullpen took over, and they didn't let up anything. Just 1 run over the final 4 innings, and they take down the A's 9-2 in another great offensive outburst.
Yeah, and it just shows that these guys know that they can hang with the Canada A's despite the records, and they might very well meet up in the semifinals as the A's will go in as the 2 seed, the Chill going in as the 3 seed. So if the Chill win their quarterfinal matchup, they'll get to match up against these same Canada A's. Will get that rematch in the playoffs in the semifinals.
And again, the playoff, we've still got some more games tomorrow. We do have the play-in game between the Bombers and Grizzly. They've both locked up that spot. Bombers and Blue Sox have the same record, but the Blue Sox have beaten the Bombers and have the tiebreaker. But the playoff spots are locked up. It's the A's, it's China at the number 1 seed. A's 12-3 now at the 2 seed. The Chill are 9-6. They're the 3 seed. Power at 5-8 right now, or 5-9 are the 4 seed. Blue Sox, the final team to not have to play that play-in game. They're number 5. And then again, it's the British Columbia Bombers and the Alberta Grizzly at 6-7. So they'll play tomorrow for a chance to make the playoffs. But right now, Brandon, it was a great day at the field today. We saw a walk-off win by China in the early morning game. I mean, that was an absolute pitching clinic earlier. And then we saw a little bit of everything. Ethan Roberts, a triple shy of the cycle. He went home inside the park home run, single in the 4th, and then had a double in the 5th. Caleb Ware put the ball in play, had 2 walks, though. Jamonte Woods had 2 doubles. Again, just like clockwork, that guy just finds the gaps. But, I mean, it was the 5 and 6 hitters that the A's just could not put away. Jarrett Burney and Dominic Bucco.
Yeah, those are 2 quality hitters up and down. I mean, Jarrett Burney, Sam Ruda, Jarrett Burney are 1 and 2 in batting average in the entire Winter League this season. So always a tough guy to get out. And Bucco, his batting average isn't quite at that same level, but he's a tough out every time up. He's a powerful bat in that lineup, and both guys had a fantastic day.
A statement win for the Chill and Tom Vaith's squad, telling the world that they're not too low to put away against the A's. They can take on anyone, and they proved it here today. Chill win 9-2 here in Palm Springs. And for myself, Stephen Buxton, joined by Brandon Januska and everyone here who makes this possible, thank you for joining in for another great day of Winter League baseball here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.